Hello, let's talk about law of cosines. We're going to use law of cosines in two cases when we have side angle side, meaning two sides, and we know the angle between them. So if we know x and y, and we know that angle, that is side angle side. And we're also going to use law of cosines when we have all three sides, so side, side, side. So we know all three sides. We'll use side, side, side. The formulas you will not have to remember. They are going to be given to you on your formula sheet. So much like law of cosines, you won't have to remember the law of cosines. Notice here, it tells you which steps to follow when you have each case. So if you have side angle sides, you will start with the law of cosines, then find the smaller of the two remaining angles. You know which side is smaller by the opposite side. And then you can find the remaining angle by subtracting from 180. So if you have all three sides, you will use law of cosines to find the largest angle first. Okay, you know it's the largest angle based upon the largest side. It's going to be opposite the largest side. Then you will find a second angle using law of law of sines. And then you can subtract from 180 to find the remaining side. So our first example, we're given that C is 110 degrees. So now we know two sides and the angle in between them. So that is side angle side. So given that we know angle C, we're going to first find the side C. So we're going to use C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of angle C. So again, using what's given to us. So that's going to be A is 16 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 16 times 10 times the cosine of 110. I'm going to put all of this into my calculator. So we're going to do 16 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 16 times 10 cosine of 110. And again, make sure your calculator is in degree mode. And that tells me C squared. So if I take the square root of the second answer, that tells me that C is 21.57. So now that I know C, I can find a smaller angle using law of sines. So we're going to say 21.57 divided by the sine of 110 is equal to, let's say 10, divided by the sine of B. So now we're going to solve for angle B. So I can take whatever this is, if I multiply by the sine of B on both sides. So now to solve for the sine of B, I'm going to take 10 and divide it by whatever I got when I divided 20.57 divided by the sine of 110. So in your calculators, again, you're going to do 10 divided by 21. Let me back up. Do the 21.57 divided by the sine of 110. You get your answer. I'm going to take that value, and then 10 divided by second negative for answer. That gives you a value. So to find B, we're going to take the inverse sine, so second sine of our answer again, so second negative. And it gives me that angle B is 25.83. So now that I know what angle B is, I go 180 minus 110, angle C, and my answer, we get the angle A is 44.17. All right. Now, let's take a look at example 2. Again, we're given two sides and the angle in between. So again, it's side angle side. In this case, now we're going to solve for B. So B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2 times A times C times the cosine of angle B. So 20 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 20 times 12 times the cosine of angle B, which is 40 degrees. So again, we can put all of that into our calculators. $20 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 20 times 12 cosine of 40. It tells me B squared is 176.2986673. Take the square root. It tells me that side B is 13.28. So now that I know side B, I can find the other two angles by using law of sines. So, since C is the smaller of the angles because it's the smaller side. We're going to find that first. So we can say 13.28 divided by sine of 40 is equal to 12 divided by sine of C. Now remember, we can write this the other way to make it easier to understand. So we can, if we go back to the way we did it before, we can now, since we're looking for the angles, we can put that on top and say sine of 40 over 13.28 is equal to the sine of C over 12. In your calculator, put in the sine of 40 divided by 13.28, you get a value, multiply by 12. Now do the inverse sign, so second sine, second negative for answer. And it tells me that angle C is measured at 35.51. So find the measure of angle A, we can just subtract 180. And it tells me that the measure of angle A is 104.49. Okay, so refer to the second video for examples 3 through 6.